Well, for those that knows me and those that doesn't know me, it's like Irene from Spain, celebrating 10 years since I moved to Norway. And yes, and actually it's also 6 years since I met North Cultitude. So as a freelance artist, you always have to be ready to face and confront the difficulties and look for possibilities. So like I had like this break from Norway like 3 years ago. I just needed to go and see something else. And we decided to, as a group that I will explain, to do it as a project platform. This was the beginning. That's why these kind of events are very important. Because you never know what's going to happen. You never know who are you going to meet. And you never know what ideas can come out of it. So this is Anastasia and I that we met in North Cultitude first event and decided to try and explore ideas as volunteers making visual arts for TEDx in Trondheim. That's how we started. And then we created a team that we also include people from TEDx Trondheim. These 4 ladies, we are all from abroad, from Spain, from Russia, from Greece, and from Romania. And then we established WorldculturesUnited in Norway. And as a non-profit organization that has to do with art and culture, the challenge is, as Andrea Raquela mentioned, funding. So, okay, are we going to wait until we get funding, or can we just start and see what's going to happen? And this is what we did. So, until now, we just started with our own expenses and our own savings. And we decided to adventure ourselves into a project in South America as a starting point, because we were very inspired by Sebastián Salgado's movie Salts of Earth, and we thought that okay, there is a lot going on in the world that is like has to do with violence, difficulties, problems, but there's also a paradise. Why don't we go and check it out and get some inspiration? We decided to do it consciously, so the way we are living is the way we are traveling. Discovering new places, interacting with local people, being with them, visiting them and staying with them. Also seeing the heritage from another perspective, because when you meet local people, you learn about the heritage in a completely different way. You experience very wild stuff, like being in the Amazon jungle and with a local family from a tribe you don't even know the language. And then you polarize with the North countries. And this is like what cultures are related. We have the same elements. We are sharing the same commonwealth. We are just different in some senses. But we are sharing these principles no matter where we are. And we think that caring is also sharing, and sharing is caring. So traditions, they also need to be preserved. And sometimes by traveling and documenting, you're witnessing something different. And we all witness in a different and exclusive way. It also brings opportunities. So you never know what's going to happen with the people you interact. You think you're going to learn them something, but actually they're going to teach you a lot. So we met amazing people during all this years traveling. For example, we met Darren in the jungle. He was doing a plant medicine treatment, really, really hard to pass life, like a bad Hollywood film. And we just decided to do an exchange. We had the camera with us. Do you want to share something with the world? And he decided to tell us his story. And he gave us the green light to publish it online. And thanks to that video, he has changed his life completely. like from a really, really dark past to a really, really bright present. He even got invited in Toronto Television in Canada to talk about his stories. Journalist wants to make a book about his life. He's working with children. So we are trying to travel, to connect, and by doing what you do in everyday life, we are trying to make it more human. And then it comes to resources. How can we go to South America with no money, with our own saving, right? This is how we started. And we became very good at that. And as artists, we are learning to be very creative with very little. And sometimes this is really the key to keep you going. So our resources are based in the permaculture principles. We started with the financial is what you get, you share. With the social is you offer to other people and they give you something back. And you try to help each other this way. Like this blind boy in the jungle that we met randomly. And now we are helping him with tools and trying to provide him education and some money. The material capital is this is where we go to explore the jungle. You never know if you're going to survive the trip, but you have to try. So it's an adventure. The living capital, because sometimes we think we have all the resources, but in countries like Peru in the middle of nowhere, water access, which is like one of the biggest, most beautiful things that we have to thank in Norway, is not that easy. Intellectual capital. So when you travel or when you're visiting someone, you exchange knowledge. Instead of hiring this tourist agency, you are together with the people that is living in the city, and maybe you have like a dinner together and you exchange another kind of storytelling experience. And the experiential capital, which is based in sharing the knowledge. What do I know? What do you know? What does she know? And how can we solve our problems together? We have been running workshops, activities, and this was our invitation to Arctic Forum last autumn in Arkhangelsk in Russia. And this way we came together with a group of young artists and creators that had a big problem. They don't have a place to meet. There is no funding for creative industries. So we provide our tools, and then they show up their tools, and then we solve their first step. They needed to communicate, but they never did it. So we are trying also to be like a promoter for this kind of activities. Another form of capital is the cultural capital. And this is very important for all societies, especially music and dance. All traditions share the same principles. And the last one, which is very important, is the spiritual. And by spiritual, I'm not talking about religion, but what do we really burn for inside that we share? And this is what we really need to support each other when it's a hard time. So we put all these things in a milkshaker, and we decided to offer all our knowledge and our capacities to present these communities. And by these communities, I'm saying all our communities, because we are all not here from different countries. We have different backgrounds, different knowledge, different experiences. And through creating these kind of events and workshops and activities, we can interact and learn and try to see possibilities for growing together in many, many different levels. And we had this fantastic inspiration from some Russian artists that we met in Arctic Forum last year, and we decided to partner together. They need the help to get into Europe, and we want to get them into Europe because we believe in what they do. So for us, more than being individual artists doing our thing, and for me it has been for the last years, more interest in collaborations. We can do much more things together. I will present this group later. They are a Taibola from Russia. This is in Bardo, actually, in Bardo Commune. So our plan, since we started and registered as a non-profit in spring last year, has been growing all the way. So we have been like marking where have we been. We started with the workshops and activities with collaboration with the Kristiansand Kommune and art installations in the street last summer. Then we were introduced to Transform Festival in Trondheim, and we are going to be collaborating with them in the autumn, running workshops with the Trondheim Biblioteket, support from municipality. Now new collaborations are happening with North Cultitude and Andreas and Latitudes 63, and all the different organizations that we think it's interesting to connect. So we are very open, we dream very big, and we know that we have to go small steps. But no, dreaming is for free, so why do we have to limit ourselves? So this is where we are, and you're welcome to connect and follow and share all these things you do with social media. And this is our email, and just free welcome to connect with us. Thank you.